not a warlock. I'm not a warlock. Whoa, my God. Ah! Ah! Okay. Happy spooky season, everybody. Take care. Don't forget to be grateful for your ancestors. I'm gonna invest in a helmet. One of those runs got me a little concerned. Yo, 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 we got some bee footage here. Whether you're good, bad, or just consistent with skateboarding, you should always pump with your alternative stance. So normally I'm goofy. I'm gonna get a symmetrical workout here, pumping regularly. You don't wanna have one butt cheek bigger than the other, unless you do. And hey, who am I to judge you? Feels weird riding switch, but it's good for you. Good little challenge. I'll count it. Let's get a quick little workout here. All right. Just from that little bit, I can already feel it in that leg. This is most definitely a good workout. I've ridden this hill switch before, but for today, so I can focus more on the camera angles, I'm gonna hit this with my dominant stance. Goofy footed, left foot in the back. Get a little bit more switch action. Most people don't realize it, but just pumping a skateboard and balancing on it is challenging. But once you get that, you can do a bunch of other stuff. Here we go, switch pump, switch ride. It's backwards. Take my time because there's people with the dogs. It's oh, hold on. Zip zap, zip zap, zip zap, zip zap. Beauty day. Get them while you can, everybody. Especially if you're up north here. Can you see the birdie? Kinda. Hip, 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 hip. Good little circuit. All right. This is from what I racked doing an old school, I don't know what to call it. You bend down, you grab both sides of the board, you jump that way. Let's see if I can prop you up here. I'll take a drive. Hello? Maybe down here, eh? Okay, let's go for a rip. Gonna wait for a vehicle. I got another skate spot in mind. There we go.
Ben, je peux le mettre plus lent, mais je peux le mettre plus rapide aussi. Moi, je pars parmi les rapides. C'est les gens qui sont au travail sur la machine.
Heading out the highway, looking for adventure. Whatever comes my way. Hey, I'm gonna make it happen. Whole world in a new place. I don't know the lyrics, but I am heading out on the highway. Rum, 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 rum. Like a true nature's child, I was born to be wild. And in that way, I'm never gonna die. Hey, I'm gonna make it happen. Put this world in a new fucking place. Hey, it's gonna happen. I'll actually read the lyrics before I sing. 'Cause I was born to be wild. Zip zap, zip zap. Next time I'll take some more time in establishing a good camera angle for the car. I don't normally record in here, but you don't learn anything new unless you try. And though I adopted this sort of mindset and action basis some time ago, I was thinking I'm going to continue with it. I was a little depressed while I was letting go of smoking cigarettes, but I feel the energy coming back to me. And now I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone every day, try to learn at least one new thing every day. I've got several on my agenda written up and in my mind. Got plenty of mental notes. I'm going to get on with getting forward and keep on with that, regardless of my current socioeconomic status. I'm not going to let that deter me from moving forward in life. Like, I think life is especially enjoyable not only when you have skills and talents to play with, but when you can challenge yourself to learn something new all the time. Like, it seems like a waste of life for people to just spend it making money. I know we need to do that to some extent, but it seems like after a certain age, most people disconnect with their heart and their inner child, and what do? They work and they sit. They work and they sit. They might pollute their body, but overall they work and they sit. I think that's a waste of a life. I think that's one of the main reasons why people get especially cranky and just miserable. It's not only the effects of the excessive work cycle on our brains and our bodies, but like the fear of missing out and like giving up on your joy, giving up on what challenges you, all for the safety and security of what's familiar. It's a real shame, in my opinion. I really think that if I was a king, if I was one of the ruling powers, I would make it so that the human resources were invested into. Make it adequate so much so that, or I should adequate it so much so that people have a means of challenging themselves and growing, pursuing their joy, their passions, what really brings a smile on their face, you know. Quick side note, whoever pays attention to my live broadcasts and what will soon be my pre-recorded content once I get enough B footage here and A footage or whatever, what have you. Playing around with cinematography here for the foreseeable future. And I was thinking some people might be wondering, how are you out in public when you're being gangstalked? Doesn't this like force you to being hermited, to being introverted? And it does to some extent. But I'm not one to sit around and be defeated. I get up again and again. I don't care who's trying to oppose me, this, that, or whatever the fuck. I do practice combat ability every day, so that does help me retain a level of confidence when considering potential threat and oppositional stimuli. Put this down again. Ooh, it's still bright as fuck. Oh yeah, this road's not done yet. We gotta slow down for the work in progress. So there's lots you can do to curb any sort of fear resounding, whether you're being gangstalked or just bullied or bothered for whatever reason. You build confidence in yourself. You don't only need to practice combat to do that. That is a very conducive way of building up your confidence, your resilience, your capability, and it also bridges more neural pathways in your brain. Opening doors to higher levels of intelligence for yourself. Things like practicing music will help you, considering timing. Also just accomplishing learning a song or being able to play fluently through improvisation and whatnot on your instruments. This will help build confidence. It's one of the ways I did. There's lots of means and methods bring you to a higher level of confidence and so forth. One thing that's very helpful, okay good, we're getting on smooth pavement here. One thing that's very helpful for this is correcting your self-talk. Here, let's put this up. So you want to give yourself balanced affirmations. You don't want to be overly positive nor overly negative. And not exactly neutral. You want to ride the entire spectrum of what duality can bring to us in terms of not only our programming but our experiences, and in terms of your own inner monologue and your belief system toward yourself and whatever outside of yourself. You want to spend time with yourself. One of the best ways of doing that is to kind of do what I'm doing. Not necessarily drive while you're doing this, but just record yourself doing something and talking about it, and then review it. You'll get to know yourself better, and you'll find a lot of the times all of your thoughts of self-doubt and whatnot will distinguish, because you'll realize from the observer's perspective of watching yourself, that you're not doing that bad, you're not terrible at whatever it is. And you want to take with you the kind of patience and unconditional love you have for, let's say, children learning something new. You want to give yourself that and not be discouraged by the toxic programming that persists throughout media and the masses, where it's rather self-deprecating, self-defeating, negative. Like, there's many people who, if you're not performing whatever you're doing, whether it's skateboarding, singing, guitar, drums, art, dancing, whatever it might be, combat, some kind of work duty. I thought that guy was going to cut me off. The average adult is conditioned to hate on anybody for trying anything, and I think a lot of that has to do with how we're conditioned through an excessive up-work home TV bed cycle. Let's get a good spot to park at. I think that brings about a lot of negativity. So too does the regret of not pursuing your own passions and joys. Tends to make people miserable. When you factor in foods that malnourish us, well, so-called foods at that point, right? You got foods that malnourish us, that promote that promote opportunistic and conducive environments for parasite colonies, as well as the mold that they bring, which all leads to disease. Quick note, I'm going to have to add to my usual parasite talk that I tend to engage in. You want to have your immune system up before you tackle any level of parasitic evacuations, let's say. If you're going to cleanse your body of parasites and molds, you want to make sure that your immune system's up before you engage in that, because the anti-parasitic herbs will challenge your immune system. As you're doing that, building your immune system, it's good to get your gut health on track. So rid yourself of so-called foods, anything with artificial ingredients and so forth that would produce a conducive environment for parasitic colonies. You also want to take binders with your anti-parasitic herbs. But before you even touch the herbs, again, get your gut health right, get your immune system on point. I'm not certain that that's why I'm experiencing it coming out of my scalp. I'm pretty certain, though, that that's because I neglected to take a binder. So take your binder. Okay, let's check out my new spot. It took me 12 minutes, 34 seconds to get here. Oh my Hashtag Mike Baldwin. Let's get some front. It is currently the 1600th hour, 23rd minute, Sunday, Helios Day, October 12th, 2025. Canadian Thanksgiving season here, 4:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't have a chance to look at the transits. Well, I'm certain I had plenty of chances, but I just decided not to. Just recording a little bit of B footage here before I get on with plan B. Skateboarding. No, it's not a plan of any sort. I just enjoy doing it. It's a fun way to accrue cardiovascular exercise. I thought I might as well utilize what we have left in terms of drier seasons before the snow comes. It often arrives early up here, up north in Canada. Just staring at the highway before I get out and do a little freestyle / old school skateboarding. If you're wondering, yeah, I still have that goop coming out of my head. This is most likely from a parasite cleanse gone wrong. Perhaps I'll explain more another time, but there you go. You can probably see there. I'll have to take a look later. I was at a pharmacist in town, BDR, and it seems like they were incentivized against me. The reason why I say that is because rather than listen to what I had to say, they, like all other medical professionals except for like the odd one, basically ignored it and dismissed me. And this one specifically said, "You did that to yourself." And it means to get me to just leave. What can you do? That's the average outcome when you beat police officers in court, like I did a couple of years ago. July of 2023 is when they trespassed my occupied space in my person without exigent circumstances nor a warrant. They're just stepping on my rights because I am in a lower socioeconomic bracket. Not out of lack of effort, because I've got like roughly 8 years invested into post-secondary education. Got some gum here. So I've been trying. It just seems like there's been a collective effort even before I became a target from the police, which, by the way,
It took about a year before the trial went through. And despite my lower socioeconomic status, I did not qualify for legal aid. So I had to represent myself. I utilized my enrollment with Laurentian University to take on 2 law-related courses while I informally studied whatever I could from the internet, YouTube, TikTok, Google. I was able to successfully beat the charges. Beat the charges. I was able to beat the charges. Pretty good. 3:43 on the timestamp there. If you're wondering what this is my quit smoking cigarettes aid. Whatever you want to call it. It's chewing tobacco. It's an alternative delivery system for nicotine, which soon enough I'll have completely out of my body. It's been almost a week since I've smoked a cigarette. It would have been last Monday. It is currently Sunday now. We're coming up on a full week. It was 6:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time last Monday that I put out my last cigarette. This has been aiding me wonders. The first couple of days I was kind of going through these a little too quickly. Now I'm adapting and adjusting, and I'm not really ingesting much of this. By the way, you don't swallow these, you just put them in your mouth and spit them. Obviously not in your car, but yeah, so I'll probably update whoever with that. I do plan on putting together a bunch of footage and making some pre-edited content as opposed to my usual format, which is broadcasting live. I get on YouTube and I play guitar, drums, I vlog, do some other things, kind of just share what I'm interested in. I have a feeling that so long as I stick to what I'm doing, it's going to work out sooner or later. And that by the time it works out in terms of me not only enjoying broadcasting and doing all of what I do throughout those, the broadcast that is, but soon enough I'll likely be met with monetary compensation and appreciation. And by the time that happens, I will have ironed out a pretty decent format in terms of what I do, so deliver on my broadcasts. I had a quick side note / thought. It's too bad these cameras can't just flip. Let's try. I wouldn't mind filming the highway a little bit right here. What's that button do? Nothing. Oh, I'm Freddy Krueger. We'll see. We'll just see. We'll see, bitch. We'll just see. Alright, so I'm gonna get this chew in. I'm gonna get a little warm up. I might also go film elsewhere. I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm at, but you'll probably see some parts of it in the video. I don't know if anyone will be able to recognize it, but whatevs. I'm just at a... Who is that? It's a weird looking vehicle. Kind of looks like an undercover cop car. So where I'm at is on an incline, which is what I prefer, so I can do or practice doing lines of tricks. I'm not an expert skateboarder, but I've actually made some progress this year despite not going out that often, which I would have went out more often and skateboarded had it not been for the gangstalking operations that I am target of. Motherfuckers, like, this is what you can expect to happen if you beat cops in court. You get a target on your back. I was already targeted previously from sororities and other occult groups. For one, I am a threat in terms of my level of education and my list of skills and knowledge and so forth, which you think, considering what we're programmed with growing up in terms of being encouraged to be all we can be and to work hard and this and that, you think I would be a welcomed patron to any community, but apparently in my home community, me going above and beyond in order to secure any level of security and sustainability within my future is frowned upon. Maybe not by all, but it's apparently done by many. Dirty, 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 dirty motherfuckers. I suppose if someone with my level of merit were to gain a sustainable position, it might shine a light on those who have been able to cut the line, as I understand occurs often. Many people are in the positions they're in because of favors and so forth. It has a lot less to do with merit and more so to do with who can favor who. Just watching the traffic go by. It would be nice to flip this around, like I was saying. Like it's pretty interesting watching all these people go and zoom. Yep. So I'm gonna get my tobacco in, just some chewing tobacco. Then I'll probably throw on the camera after I've gotten warmed up a little bit. We've got a nice little mani pad at the end of this incline. It's kind of perfect, but I tend to stay away from the sidewalk portion because I know that's where there's security cameras. If I'm visible there long enough, you can expect attention from the popo. And say, oh, you're trespassing. So I'm just skateboarding. Then it becomes about, oh, well, we don't want you to sue if you get hurt and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to sue. I'm out here. I'm riding my skateboard. I'm about to anyway. Ooh, it's got like nothing on it. I haven't really slid or anything with this. All right, some mild grinding. I tend to just stick to freestyle and old school. Get that on in there. All right, until you see me again.